What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. A big thank you for coming back and joining me for episode number 15 of the Canarian Revolution. This is the save where I am taking Tenerife to the very top of Spanish football for the first time. I'm going to do it using players that were born on the Canary Islands only. If you've been with me for the journey so far, you would know that we are now in season number 4. And if you were with me for the very last episode, you would have seen one of the very best performances from this team to date as we beat Real Madrid 3-1. In today's episode, we have pushed forwards. It's the 2nd of April 2028. And that means we are getting to the business end of season number 4. We are once again going to play 2 games, the first of which will definitely be against Cadiz. And the second game, we will play it by ear and all be revealed when we go over to the schedule. So let's not waste any time. Let's show you what's happened since you have been away. So opening up the schedule reveals that 3-1 victory against Real Madrid. And then we would go on some pretty impressive runs of games. The first game after the Real Madrid one, we would continue in that fine form. A 5-0 victory, even had a player sent off towards the end of the game. But Amir Nunez would score 4 times as the 18-year-old stepped up through some injury absentees, and he would put on a show in one of his very first games at the top level. The next game would be a 3-1 victory against Real Sociedad. Jese Solomon and Nozet Cabello would get the goals there. We would then beat Real Betis 2-0 away from home before coming back down to earth with a bit of a bump. We would travel out to Seville, and Luka Jovic's single goal would be enough for us to go down to Seville 1-0, giving them all 3 points. But it wouldn't be a permanent thing. It was a temporary blip, as the very next game we would welcome Villarreal to the Heliodoro Rodriguez Lopez, and we would beat them 2-1. And once again, we had a man sent off, Jese Solomon, in the thick of it with 2 goals and a red card. But after all of that, 5 games played, 4 of which were won and 1 loss. The league table will now look like this, and it shows that we are 8 points clear at the top of La Liga, and we are within touching distance of winning La Liga. We are very, very close. We have an 8-point gap. We also have a game in hand over Real Madrid, and the good thing for us is that means we could extend that gap out to 11 points if we win that game in hand. So at this point of the season, we've played 30 times. We've won 24, drawn 3, lost 3. Have a goal difference of 50, and we are on 75 points. This is crazy. I thought it was going to take another couple of years, and in fairness, we could still fall apart at the end of the season and gift Real Madrid another title, but I don't see it happening. I think we are good enough to go on and get to the end of the challenge and finally get to the top of Spanish football in season number 4. Quickly looking around some of the stats that you can see on the screen, Jese Solomon has been brilliant. 28 goals this season in the league. Cabello and Nunez feature on the average ratings charts. We then have 11 assists for Nozet Cabello and 10 assists for Amir Nunez. As I said, a player that has really stepped up into the first team and taken every single chance that he has been given this season. He was out on loan last season, so that development really has come through the loan spell. Jese Solomon also features on the Player of the Match awards. We are going in the right direction. In terms of the competitions, we were knocked out in the Champions League by AC Milan, knocked out in the quarterfinals by Villarreal, and in the Supercopa de España, we were runners-up in that. So as I said, the reason that we are undecided is because we are close to winning the league. So we will definitely play against Cadiz here, but then I will probably go through a few games until that gap is known. Once we get down to 9 points at least, that means there's 3 games from the end. If it's 11 points, it's almost 4 games from the end. But whichever game looks likely we are going to win the league will be the second one of the episode. So let's jump in to the first game against Cadiz. This is the lineup we are going to put out. So Kalane will start in goal. Ramos is on the bench, but as you can see, he has picked up a knock. Didn't want to risk him, especially at this stage of the season. Then you've got Elias, Roberto, Sainz and Gutierrez as a back 4. You've got Alonso and Nazan as our holding 2 midfielders. Moleiro, Nunez and Cabello will play in behind Jese Solomon. Hopefully we'll get the goals to fire us to another 3 points. So let's get this one up and running Go through these screens here, then hopefully the game will kick off pretty much straight away. No team talks here. We don't do team talks. We don't do press conferences. Right then, up and running, and we are 3 minutes into the game and nothing is happening at all. Now, in this game, to be honest with you, I would take a point because that would extend that gap just a little bit more out to 9 points. But we don't want to take points. We want to get this done as quickly as possible. We want 3 points. However, after the first 18 minutes of the game, not a lot is happening. The first highlight is going to go the way of Cadiz as Totti plays the ball to Paul Lozano. He's going to play it out wide to Brian. He's crossing it in. Can we deal with that? We can't. The header actually goes over the bar. Calais nearly gets a touch on it, but actually didn't. And it means that it's a goal kick. But it's a slow, sluggish start from us. I'm not too sure why that has happened. Maybe the players are realising what's happening. Maybe they can sense that we are close to winning this league and have a bit of stage fright. Maybe we just aren't playing very well in the first half. That could also explain it too. But 42 minutes in, and this has been a bland first half. 2 minutes added on. Not even going to get a highlight towards the end of that. So half time we are in. Both teams have had 3 shots. They've had 2 on target. We've had 1. A 0.17 XG for us. A 0.37 for them. We're going to give it till the hour mark as usual before making some substitutions to try and get something going. I do believe if we could pop up with one chance, Jese Solomon can be the man to make the difference and hopefully break the deadlock in this game. So what is happening here? Cadiz's goalie plays it forwards and it's played straight back to him. They're going to try and build out from the back with Totti, who plays the ball long. Elias comes and takes that away from the attackers. So Calais with the ball now plays it to Roberto into the midfield. Nizan plays it short, but it's intercepted. And Brian turns the ball over. And Solomon there seems to barge his man off the ball, but he's beaten another defender. He's had the shot and he has been turned wide for a corner. So, Moleiro with the corner. Can he find a man in the box? He crosses it in. It goes up in the air. Gutierrez tries to hit it. Javi Alonso with the massive volley. And that almost goes out the stadium, bouncing off of the upper tier and coming back to the goalkeeper on the pitch. Right then, we have got to the hour mark. Let's make some substitutions now. I may seem crazy doing this all the time, but I do think that sometimes you can trigger a response from your team by making several substitutions. What can we do? Up top, we don't really have... We've got Arana. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take Nunez off and then we're going to put Moleiro central. I'm going to put Arana up top and Solomon on the left wing. So that will help us there. Gutierrez is struggling at right back. So we can also bring on Javier Martin to cover him. So let's see if that will do anything at all. Can we kind of spark anything from ourselves? It's actually Cadiz that are having the next chance as Calais turns the ball over from a free kick. Brian now he's going to swing a corner in. How far will it go? It gets headed out. And if Arana plays it forward, we are on the break. Guedes couldn't get away from his man. And then Arana couldn't get the ball back. And strangely enough, we are struggling towards the latter stages of the game. A free kick comes in. There's Javier Martin. He's scored. He's broken the deadlock. And there you go. Substitutions that are inspired here on the channel. Okay, it's pretty much a fluke, isn't it? I mean, ball goes up in the air. It's bouncing around. Guedes knocks it. And I've not seen Martin finish with his left foot like that ever. But we'll take it. We absolutely will take it. 3 points are within touching distance now. We just have to hold firm at the back. And both of these teams are going to have XGs of less than 1, even though we have a goal on the board. But they do have a free kick. It's come across from Totti. Jese Solomon is clearing it away. But it's played back into the box. It's cut in. And there is Fernandinho to get the equaliser. I was allowing myself to get a little bit carried away, weren't I, saying that 3 points within touching distance. Should have done better here. Solomon, better at the other end of the pitch. Yeah, just clears it straight to them. And the ball gets played back into the box. And Fernandinho with an easy finish. Was never going to miss from there, was he? Simple little side foot into the back of the net. And now both teams have 1 goal. And both teams still have an XG of under 1. Time is ticking away. And there's only a couple of minutes left. Let's go very attacking for the very last couple of minutes. There are 6 minutes added on. Can we snatch a winner? Elias has got the ball. He's played it into the box. Nizan goes to ground. We're going to get a penalty in the 92nd minute. Surely that's a penalty. If this goes to VAR and it gets overturned, yeah, I was going to say that was one of the clearest penalties that I've seen. And up steps Chinadu Solomon. And he's missed. Of all the players that I thought I wanted to take the penalty, Chinadu Solomon was the man. I would have put everything on it he was going to score. And he missed. And now there's a counter-attack from Cadiz. And they're on the break from our corner. But luckily for us, Fernandinho turns back. He's played it back to Cosa. Can we steal the ball here? There is still enough time on the clock to have one more chance. But it looks like the chance is going to go to them instead. Javier Martin's going to get sent off. Wow. This game is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. Why won't it just continue the game here? I'd rather not make substitutions or not have to move players around, but I suppose with just a couple of seconds left, just make any kind of sacrifice. So not the result that we wanted in the first game, a 1-1 draw. As mentioned, we ended up with a XG of 1.73 thanks to Chinadu Solomon's miss. They ended up with a 0.86. We had the better of the chances in the end. 11 shots, 5 on target. Couldn't get it over the line for the 3 points. But let's go back and have a little look at what that means for the league table. If we can get that up properly. So here we go. We are both now on 31 games, both us and Real Madrid. We have a 9-point advantage with 8 games to go. Let's have a little look at what those games are. So we've got Granada, Girona, Osasuna, Valencia, Valladolid, Leganes and Vallecano. We do not have to face any of the teams that are chasing us. We have played Barcelona twice, played Real Madrid twice, played Atletico twice. So hopefully we are going to come back when it is time for us to win the league. And if we don't come back until the last game of the season and there's a chance that we bottle it, this could be very, very embarrassing. Okay, we are back, and thankfully for us, we are not at the last game of the season. We've had to jump forwards to the 6th of May, but we are going to be playing Real Valladolid in the very next game. So let's go back to the schedule and show you what happened in that very small gap whilst you were away. So after the 1-1 draw against Cadiz, we would bounce back to winning form, winning 3-0 against Granada, goals from Nunez and Moleiro. We'd then have a highly entertaining 3-3 draw against Girona, where we would equalise in the 88th minute through Cabello. Then we would have 2 wins back-to-back. Firstly, a 1-0 victory against Osasuna, and then a 4-0 victory last time out against Valencia. That means that there are 3 league games to go. The gap currently stands at 7 points. So if we can beat Valladolid, it means that mathematically Real Madrid cannot catch us and we will be crowned league champions of Spain for the very first time, completing the mission. If we can't beat Real Valladolid, it could get a little bit tricky because it means we will be going down to a finale episode where we have to win games. So let's just hope and pray that we beat Valladolid at the first time of asking. So the team that I have chosen to go out and hopefully win us the league title is Ramos in goal, Sejas, Roberto, Martin and Gutierrez, Alonso, Nazan, Moleiro, Nunez and Cabello, and then Solomon at the top of the pitch. Fingers crossed we can do this at the first time of asking. I do not want to get dragged in to a situation where we could bottle the league title. I mean, it looks likely. 7 points, 3 games to go. Surely we've got one hand on it, right? Surely we can dare to dream, because Real Madrid have still got to win their games. I don't know. We've kicked off anyway, and we're on the attack with Cabello. The ball is out to Gutierrez. He crosses it in, and that was a weird cross because nobody was there, and the defender heads it straight back to Andre in goal. Now, hopefully, he's just going to lump this straight to one of our players. Exactly, he does that. Gutierrez is on the attack in our lovely pink shirts. Nunez has crossed it in, and Chenadu Solomon has scored his 38th goal of the season. The man of the save, the myth, the legend, Chenadu Solomon. Don't know if he actually got too much on this. Gutierrez with a great ball into the box. Nunez with the touch, and then it kind of bounces off of him, the defender, the goalkeeper, somebody, anybody. Not too fussed. The ball's in the back of the net, and that's the important thing. And as it stands, we are now 10 points clear of Real Madrid, even though they do have a game in hand. But with only 2 games to go for both teams, after that, we will win the league. So we're 23 minutes into this game. We have had 6 shots, one of which was on target, and that was the goal, although a second one does just pop up. It looks likely we're going to be on the attack again here with Moleiro, who plays it to Roberto, to Martin. Ball forwards, looking for Moleiro, but again, defender just calmly heads it back to the goalkeeper. But like last time, can he lump this up the pitch straight to one of our players? Up it goes, it's launched forwards, and it does end up with one of our players, as it's cleared away by the defence. Martin out to Gutierrez again, who has been involved in everything we've done today. You find Solomon, who finds the post. That was really unlucky because it was a really good move to get us up the pitch. Ball over the top, and then the control the shot. Luckily for us, it hit the post, but we are having another chance as Moleiro runs into the box. His shot is hooked wide. So we're knocking on the door here for a second goal, which is probably going to be vital to us, because I think if we get the second goal in the game, it might kill the game off, whereas if they get the goal, we all of a sudden get desperate, and then we have to start throwing men forward to try and win the league, even though we are essentially in control. But we're not in control now unless we get a lucky break here with some VAR, please, maybe. Check in. No, goal is given, even though we didn't see the outcome. No, he's nowhere near offside. I don't even know why we're looking at this. It's a great finish, though, at the near post. Ramos probably shouldn't get beaten from there. I have had my doubts about Ramos across this save. He did, though, come up with the goods in 1 or 2 big games. But that there does leave a lot to be desired at the near post. Just kind of flopped himself to the ground, didn't really make any attempt to save the ball. And it means that we're now in a position where we are going to have to go and attack this game in the second half. As it stands, though, the gap is actually 8 points. But they have a game in hand, so it'll come down to 5, so they can keep it mathematically alive. We need to win this game. Right, we're not going to make any changes at half-time. We're going to push on and see if the players on the pitch, certainly in the first 15, maybe 20 minutes of the second half, from the players who played in the first half, if they can do anything to help us get the 3 points. And if not, which the clock's just running away at this point, we're going to make some changes. Let's do that now. 64 minutes on the clock. Where do we need to change? So Gutierrez, once again, as in the last game, is running a little bit light. And then we need Solomon, we need Moleiro. I'm going to bring on... Who should I bring on? Let's bring on Teto. He did well in the last game. He's been a bit part player this season. One of them that I think will give his all, and we can probably rely on him to help us out. So we're going to make 3 changes, and those are the 3 changes we're going to go with. There is something going on in the background as Kennedy's in a goal, but Martin, who got himself sent off in the last game, makes a clean tackle this time. Hopefully once this passage of play ends, we can get the substitutes on the pitch. Although Nunez is attacking, the ball's fallen to Moleiro. What can he do with it? The little magician turns back inside after the shot, and it's going to be a corner kick. So we can make those substitutions now, get the players on the pitch, and we're back on the attack. Although it looked like our player just completely stepped over the ball and left it for Valladolid. Enes Bayev is in. Oh my gosh. Didn't close him down. Didn't even want to try and make a tackle or anything. And he's luckily for us put it wide. But we're playing out from the back. Gonzalez to Martin. Back out wide here to Sejas. He's going to run into the space hopefully. Whips the cross in early. Straight to a defender. Which was a little bit silly. But we have the ball back. And it's Gonzalez to Solomon. Gonzalez plays it out to Moleiro. Here's Sejas again. Plays it in behind for Nunez. And Nunez is going to score. Amir Nunez makes it 2-1. And that is what we needed. Just a couple of minutes after making the substitutions as well. We are now back in the lead. Moleiro out to Sejas. Ball into the box. Nunez does so well himself here. Actually nutmegs the goalkeeper. That's impressive. Considering the goalkeeper's come, he spread himself, he's doing well to get down. Nunez has just decided, right, I'm going to put it through your legs. And we are going to decide to make another change. I'm going to bring on Sáenz in place of Javier Martin. He's jumped into a few tackles. He has once again shown that he is capable as a defender, but there's always that risk that something silly is going to happen. And Sejas is also feeling the strain a little bit. So we're going to bring on two defensive-minded players. And we're also going to... I'm going to drop off. I'm going to go to balance to see out the last 12 minutes of the game. Now, this could come back to bite me. It really could. But we're going to try and get it done. See if we can get over the line. At the first time of asking, they're going to have a chance in the 88th minute. Have I gone too soon with the balanced? And have I gone too soon at trying to hold on to this victory? The referee sorting it out. Goalkeeper is miles up the pitch. Kind of there. Changed his mind. Ball is played to Garcia. And they have equalised. So we're now going to go the opposite direction. And we're going to go very attacking for the 6 minutes that are added on. Kennedy to Garcia. Smashes the ball past Moja Ramos. Ramos again was not at his best there at the near post. We're going to have a chance. Moleiro to Gonzalez. I thought he'd scored. I actually thought he scored. I saw the net move. I thought he'd scored. So we get to full time. And it's obvious that Real Madrid are still in a position where... So 35, they've got 3 games. They can get 9 points. They can get to 88, can't they? So we're not mathematically there, unfortunately. I did think we were going to have a trophy lift in this episode. It turns out it's not going to be in this episode. So looking at the schedule then, there are just 2 games left. And in the next episode, the finale of the series, we are either going to watch us throw this away, or we are going to go on and win La Liga for the first time with a team from the Canary Islands. Oh, we are making hard work of this. I really thought, and in fairness, yeah, if anybody watching wants to go in the comment section and say, why did you change mentality? I fully hold my hands up there. I think I've probably cost the team there by trying to see it out for the last 11, 12 minutes. Rather than just play our natural game and get it done with, I've probably cost us. But it means that in the next episode, we are definitely going to be playing a game, and we are definitely going to find out whether we win the league or we fumble the league. But either way, to find out what is going to happen, you're going to have to come back and join me on the season finale. Before I go, don't forget to like this video. Let me know in the comment section your thoughts on what just happened, and also subscribe to the channel. I have a new project that is lined up. It's a specialist project for a special group of people that I will dedicate that to. But obviously everybody is welcome to watch. All will become clear once it is out there. But for this one, I'm going to leave it there. Come back and join me on the series finale to see will we win La Liga in Season 4.